good morning. It is a Artistic Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, this is Look Up Television, of course, across the base. We are right in the headquarters right here in Amboseli, ladies and gentlemen. If it is your first time, we are live across all social media platforms, Look Up Television on YouTube and Facebook, and of course, across the divided ends on Instagram and TikTok. www.lookuptv.co.ke is our website. My name is Moses Sketch, and we are joined in by two amazing street photographers who will be helping us understand the context and the art in street photography. And by the way, you've seen them across the divide and in the CBD and in your environments. They want to snap a picture, but how well do they snap it? Even as we engage in this conversation, have you ever been snapped once in a while? Now, as we engage in this conversation, remember there is also the aspect on consent. The street photographer hasn't given you the picture in a long time, and you do not know how you'll find them. How does that conversation come in handy, as we expect, of course, the anticipation in these photographs that have been taken in a while. And of course, we'll be allowing now them to introduce themselves, then we start over the discussion. Karibu sana. What is your name, please, sir?
My name is Robert. I'm from Kasarani. I'm a photographer.
All right. So, nice to meet you. Good morning. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Felix Fabris. I am a photographer and the CEO of GT Pixels. Yes.
All right, all right. So, first things first, when we begin this conversation, we'd like to know how you became a street photographer.
Okay. For me, I'd say that photography began, for me, it began as a curiosity, whereby you see when you walk in the street and you see people taking pictures and see people enjoying the memories, you know, when you are taking a picture, you are taking a moment. Maybe it's maybe you are celebrating something. Maybe it's just a moment you're passing by and you take a picture, something of the sort. So photography is keeping the memories. What I like most about photography is because is that it keeps the raw memory of the moment. It displays a lot of it displays a story. You see, yeah. So that's how I got into photography.
All right.
And photography is let me say, as a gig, I'd say it's a referral from a friend of mine. Yeah.
This one?
So mine is a little pathetic.
Okay.
Because when I talk now, I became a photographer. You know, mine is like casual, a little bit casual. Because after completing education, I came and sat down and tried asking myself, from which place am I going to generate some cash? Because by then I was going for several interviews in terms of looking for something to do, but they keep turning me off. Yeah, so when I came and came back to my senses, I remember there is something that I can do, because from my childhood I loved photography. So I asked myself, can I turn this, my love for photography, to generate for me at least an income? So that is the place that I found myself being a photographer. Yeah.
All right, amazing and quite captivating story. Did you ever want to do this in your childhood? Did it come about that you wanted to do this since childhood?
No.
What was the basic inspiration? What was the basic inspiration?
Okay, fine. The best inspiration for me in photography. Yeah, the best inspiration for me in photography is just the capability of finding yourself putting up memories. You see, it's an inspiration to me because, you know, day by day we grow. Day by day we become old. But now, if you can find yourself in such a situation that you can be able to reflect the life that you had in the past, like right now, I'm like 26 years old. But now, I can be able to reflect myself when I was at 17 years old, when I was 14 years old. So that is what became an inspiration to me, because, you know, when a person ventures into photography, you just don't only keep You just don't only do it for casual or for anything, but you do it to create memories. That is what inspired me most in doing photography.
Amazing, amazing. And of course, you're out there pouring your art out, and of course, embracing the fact that at the end of the tunnel, there needs to be something in your pocket. When you're embracing your clients, and these are clients that you've not really arranged a meeting or perhaps want an engagement, when you want to seek your client, what is the best approach?
Before you approach somebody, for instance, let me just use the streets. Of Nairobi. You're just there. Let's say you just woke up in the morning and you went to the streets and you are there with your camera and people are passing by. Of course, maybe they didn't even plan to take a photo that day, you see. So one of the things, you have to be respectful and you just see them coming, then you will introduce yourself. I'm this and this guy. I'm taking photography. And you'll ask them if they are interested in taking one. Or some people just come, because if they already see you with the camera, it's already a display. They just come and ask you, will you take me a photo? And something like that. And when you also do that, sometimes you do put the photos in your WhatsApp status and tell people to come and take pictures. So you'll find that sometimes other people just come due to the picture that you did put in your status or the internet, something of the sort.
All right, and it's captivating, of course. Lazima tu watu wakuje waone vile vitu mnafanya. When we are looking at the approach that we are supposed to take, yes, umewa approach, but how best is your art to make sure that wakikam hivi, of course, they will only take you and not the other photographers?
So that depends with the work that you do, because the better the work, that one comes in terms of the quality of the picture, the editing of the picture. So the better the work, you find yourself putting up a trust in the client in such a way that if I approach you, I take a photograph of you, then I send it to you, you will find the quality is better, the editing is better. So in the next time when you want to take the picture, you will not look for another photographer, but you'll just tell me, Robert, I will be in town today, so will you be available? So you'll find most of them will be making you know, they will be alerting you. That one comes due to the picture, the quality of the picture that you are taking. Yeah, it comes with the output, how quality are you, how professional are you in your photography.
All right, speaking about professionalism, there's so many aspects of professionalism. One, of course, is the approach to your clients. Vile tu unamhandle anajua tu huyu ni sumbua. So how do we make sure that professionalism in photography must stand out?
So first of all, I'm going to talk about the approach, how I do approach my client. Right. So when a client approaches, there are a number of things that I put into table. The first one, I try studying on the mood. That one comes mostly with the ladies, because you'll find that most of the ladies, there are sometimes they are not in their good moods. So you'll just be approaching her, how are you? And she'll tell me, no, I'm photophobic, you know. So the first thing, I'll concentrate on the mood. Then after that, the way of approach. Now that one comes in the terms of how do I greet you? Yeah, because it is how you talk to a person that will make a person feel like taking a picture or not. There are some people who will not take a picture automatically. But now, if you sweet talk the person, you'll find that the person will just be like, I did not want to take the picture, but because you have communicated with me in a good way, I'll just do it for promoting you. Then from there, then you'll find that you will win the client. So it depends on the communication. It depends on studying a mood of a person, and it depends on how do you communicate to a person and the services, on the way on which you render your services. I think that one comes with professionalism, and that one can maintain a client or can make you have a long-term clients that will 100% trust in you.
Right. I understand all of you in the positions and passionate about youth engagement and youth leadership, as well of course what is happening right in the Republic. But before we get to that, I'd really want to embrace the fact that how do you choose your client to approach? There are different varieties of people that walk around there. So how do you make sure that, hey, this one is a hit?
Well, what I'd say is that most of the people who usually take photos in the streets are ladies. you can get like 60% of the people that will take photos of them are ladies. So, and another thing is that young people, mostly roughly at the age of let's say 15 to 30 are the ones who do take photos. Ukipata mtu mzee atakuuliza mimi nachukua picha napeleka wapi?
Post wapi?
Yeah. So the young people, you just spot, is this a young person? You check the dressing code, unajua kuna yule mwenye ako job, you know. Most probably is not in the best of their outfits. But those people just walk around the CBD, they are well dressed and probably looking for that person who just...
So mtu amevaa vibaya amtaki story?
No, I see it take story, but mostly we just tend to ignore them. But if I see you well dressed up and yeah, you just curious looking what's up, what's going up, then I'll just ask you if you need a photo.
Right. In the test of that admiration, I feel like we're getting to a position when you want to go to those areas, most of the CBD, you have to, if you're not approached by these street photographers, it means that there is somehow a problem in your outfit. You somehow don't look good. Is that the reality of things? So if I go to CBD, I must make sure that I'm top notch. Right? If I go to CBD, I must make sure that manze nime stand out to ndio street photographers when you approach.
No. Okay, fine. It is not a must. Maybe you tighten up or you be on whatever basis you want. But now, unapata saa zingine hadi kuna mtu tu unamuona hivi but atakuja pige picha.
Amazing.
So I think this one is mainly depends on how do you communicate, because this is the truth. In mostly the weekdays, the people that are in town are business oriented people. Kama Monday to Friday unapata watu wenye wako town, watu wa job. So convincing a person to do photography in weekdays is somehow hard as compared to Saturday and Sunday, because Saturday and Sunday mostly watu wako town kujivinjari. So when I meet you on a Monday to Friday, then it will take me to work on my convincing powers, because a person who asks you, convince me, why should I take the photo? Now, how are you going to convince this person?
Indeed.
Yeah, it depends on your convincing powers. How are you going to make this person to agree to take these photos? Then the second thing is that mostly you check on a person approach, because kuna ile mtu anakuja tu kama na smile. Automatically you know there is something that this dude or this lady is up to. So it is you to take an advantage of that. Yeah, wendo umonyese sample, because mostly we do use samples. Samples are already edited photos that I have in my pic. So I'll come with it, then I show you, excuse me sir, this is what I do, maybe you can promote me with one. I assure you I'm going to do you a better job.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it depends on how do you approach a person, or what type of a person do you approach.
All right.
I don't believe on a person dressing nice or a person not dressing nice, because unapata mtu akona slippers na anakupea thao. Unapata mtu amevaa vizuri na anakuja na nagi anakuambia mimi nataka picha 50 bob.
Achwani. Okay.
So I think judging on the way a person is dressing up, it does not affect a person taking a pic or a person not taking a pic. It depends on the person's mindset. Do I want to take a pitch?
Kabisa.
It depends on a person's love of photography. Because hata mtu anaweza kuja amevaa short. Nishapiga watu wengi na short na slippers. Na unapata mtu anapromote na 1000 shillings.
Namba slippers.
Na mwingine anakuja na tai amenyonga vizuri na anakuja na piga picha ya 40 now.
Kuna picha ya 40?
They want it. Yeah, because you know we are many in the street. If you will not take the 40 bob, okay fine. You come to me right now, you tell me, bro, I want a pic. I want this pic for 50 shillings. I want it for 40 shillings. Mostly Mauria. Atakuja kwambia niko na iPhone. Kama utaki kuchukua 40 wacha nipige na iPhone yangu. Kumbuka kuna mtu alika pale kutoka asubuhi. There was a person who was there with the camera from morning. The person has not eaten. The person has no water. I want something to drink. And bado anapiga hesabu ya transport. Because you know when we are in town everything is casual.
Indeed.
Yeah, you don't find free things. So unafaa ukule, you need to eat. You need water at least to cool yourself. At the end, you need some transport. And this dude from morning to evening, hajapata kitu. So the person will be like, nikiacha hii 40 iende, at least nichukue hii 40, nikipata ingine at least nikwe nimepata kakitu. So that is how it goes.
All right.
So you find that there's a person who will come dressed nice but don't have money. So watakuja kwa BA 50. Of which ukikata hiyo 50, I'm assuring you the next grapher will take that 50.
Indeed.
So it depends.
All right. So if you look at the environment around, I'm sure, of course, Felix, you've identified some few people that ungetaka kuwapiga picture, right?
Yeah.
No. When you're speaking about convincing power, we'll be able to introduce someone here, of course, to, we see the convincing power that Felix has as well. So Tuone, this is how you approach this client, this is how you behave with them, this is the initiation of course, you understanding that they want the photo or not, ama ni kukupigisha tu raundi. So a little bit as we embrace the pact on youth leadership, you say that you believe in purposeful leadership and community empowerment, not for recognition, but because true service leaves a lasting mark. And you say every day is an opportunity to grow, to lead, and to uplift. Will you now embrace, of course, youth leadership right here in the Republic?
Yeah, sure. Okay, personally, I am a student at Kenyatta University.
Amazing.
And as we speak right now, I am vying to be the congressperson of my school. That's the School of Public Health. So I've been a leader since I was young.
Amazing.
You understand how the school programs usually go, whereby we usually have monitors, class prefects, we have clubs, we have club heads, right? So something of the sort, and I have embraced that since I was young to this moment, whereby currently I'd say, like, when we were beginning, I said that I am a lot of things. So, like, I'd say, like, right now I am the vice chair of RIO. It's a self-help group, but it is business oriented. I am also the chairperson of Impact Foundation. It began in KU, but it's spreading, though it's still a young group. There is also another one called the Greater Kenya.
Amazing.
It's an NGO organization that was started just last year. Still a small one, but you see, it's something. And yeah, as you see, like, I am into that kind of thing, you see. So when I'm saying that leadership is about impacting others, it's what I have been doing, and yeah, I'd say that I don't know how to put it.
All right.
But, yes.
So let's embrace the fact that also you want, of course, the initiation on youth empowerment, and which you believe that there is room for this empowerment, and that is why you take so much time in embracing that the fact that art is bringing this empowerment at hand. So many people that are engaging with you, and of course you want to enshrine them in this empowerment. So when you're in that particular environment, how does youthful empowerment matter to you as a youth?
You know, let me start from here. I've been going through the streets of Nairobi, trying to communicate to youth. I'm having an organization called Triple Impact.
Amazing.
This is an organization that has a main aim of enhancing or making the youths know on their capabilities. So, let me talk about, the first thing I'm going to talk about the current situation in the country right now. I know there are a lot of things that have been going on with the youths, of which very few things is unknown to them, because the first thing is that by the time the youths are in the street demonstration, it is us, the fellow youths, that are being affected.
Indeed.
Somebody like me, I depend on photography. Now, on a Tuesday, people are in protest. On a Thursday, we are in protest. What am I going to gain? That means that I'm going to stay at home. And how many youths are in the street here in Nairobi, depending on these daily wages, for them to make a living?
Indeed.
Most of them, great number. There are people that are working in country bus. A number of them are operating in the matatus, like the Kamagweras. Yeah, we have a lot of streets doing a daily to daily basis job. So when the youth are in the street, we get affected. Now, what should be done? Number one thing that should be done is that we should create awareness to the youths on the powers that they have, because a bigger number of people in this country are the youths, and the youths have that power to put in a leader of their choice. Yeah, but you see, most of the time we are being used at the youths, because the politicians will come, use us, then after that we are being done. That's the first thing. Now, instead of going there, creating chaos, then we as the youth, we should use that time to empower ourselves, create for ourselves something that is important for us, because a number of the youths are jobless right now. How are we going to come out of this? Because that is the situation at hand. How are we going to come out of this? We are not going to come out of that one with going to demonstration. Yeah, we must empower some. Right now, this is the time that we should be creating, the youth should be talked to, we should be creating youth organizations. Yeah, this youth organization, we have different leaders.
Indeed.
We go to the governor's office, we tell the governor, this is what should be done, we want this, this and this, because we had elected you. It's not only the governor for the big people, it's the governors for the youth as well.
Indeed.
Now, we have this number of youths, we are photographers. We are like 10 of us or 20 of us. This is the problems we are facing. The Kanjos are doing this and this. Bona Governor, we want you to purchase at least a camera. You know, because most of the youth that are in the street, they are doing photography, they don't have cameras.
Indeed.
The cameras that they're using are the cameras that maybe they're employed by other people. Now, let me do for you a rough calculation of this. In a good day, you make up to 3,000 Kenyan shillings. The camera is not yours, right? That means that the person who is owning the camera will want like 2,600 out of 300, out of 3,000. What is remaining? You're remaining with 400 shillings.
Indeed.
Yeah. In the evening, as obvious, we have to pay the policemen for that space, because the governor had said earlier that the photography, we are doing it for free, but we are having to pay.
Indeed.
We are paying the policemen, we are paying the Kanjos. Now, what are you going to remain with?
Of course.
Nothing. Now, what about if we empower these youth that are doing photography? We empower every youth that are in the city, and we create awareness that we as the youth, we have our right. The first thing, the police should not be charging us for using the streets. The Kanjos should not be charging us for using the streets. And on top of that, we should find something. You know, most of the things that are happening because the youths are jobless. They are idle. Once a person finds his or herself in a state that you are idle, you don't have anything to do, you can do anything.
Indeed.
But for us to move in that situation, then the youth must be created. The youth must find themselves something important to do.
Indeed.
That one will come with creating awareness. Awareness will bring a lot of opportunities. That's why I believe in empowerment of the youth. The youth should be empowered. Once a person is empowered, then you will find that everything shall be good.
Indeed. Of course, you're a student at Mount Kenya, and of course from KU. Why not only have a foundation and a base at Kenyatta University rather than going to the streets, taking so much time, getting tired, whereas you can have an easy market in school?
Well, I'd say that growing up, growing up, we have always been told that education is the key. Well, I can't say that education is bad, because actually I've learned a lot due to education. But I'd say that photography is a side gig. I'm still in studies right now. But ukiangalia huko nje, like there are fewer jobs, you see. And mostly, mnaambiwa, oh, you have to buy job, you know. And like it's so competitive to get a job.
All right.
You see.
Okay.
So
Sorry. Felix, hold your thoughts right there. Of course, when we get back after this break, we'll be having an initiation on understanding the clear context on an easy market right there in school. So we just engaging, of course, understanding the street photography and also the art in it. Thereafter, we'll be delving into the challenges and, of course, embracing that what is the market right at the heart in all this engagement, your street photography, and of course, does it pay off at the end of the tunnel? And of course, there's so much challenging factors that hinder street photography, but they are here to help us dive into it. Of course, there are many that receive the inspiration and want to join this industry. Of course, this is just but the conversation. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing Look Up Television. Of course, we are embracing the art in street photography, and right about now we are engaging with two street photographers, helping us understand the context behind all this. What is the market in it? And even as we dive into that, of course, we've understood the alignment on what it takes to become, what it takes to make an approach, and of course, at the end of the tunnel, what is the alignment in all this. As we embrace on this, Felix, you're giving us an understanding that the fact that I asked this question, you chose the street as your office, rather than, of course, because you are at KU and there's so many students, that is an easy market. Why did you only choose this particular street office and left that particular engagement the other side?
Okay, I did choose the street office rather than the school because when you look at the people, or there is a majority of the categories of people that are in the CBD as compared to the school. So in the school, you only take a picture of students. And I have a few friends who actually do photography in school, and they usually charge at around 25 bob in a picture.
Good picture?
Yeah.
Am I just a picture?
A good picture. But as compared to the street where we do it at 100 bob. So you can
the market.
You can imagine the profit margin, right? So that's why I chose the street office rather than the school office.
But kuna mtu atapiga hesabu ya hizi 25 nikizicollect mingi, I'll hit the point.
Well, okay, the situation is the same, whether it's at school or it's at, actually it's even harder in the school surrounding Joe, Mesota. Joe sa, 25 bob, nikisema niende nipige picha, naweza enda huko. Exactly, so I'd prefer the street, plus comrade atalia. Atalia
again hadi 15.
Yeah, hadi 15. So every uende mali mtu atabagain fike 50 bob ama 75.
All right. So I really want now to get into the conversation here, this art in it. So yes, and I asked that question earlier, that we have this art, we have this engagement. Lakini mtu akiangalia hii picture na faone, I have to pay for this. This is exquisite. And in the sense of understanding that, we'll come to a conversation now. What is the art in street photography? Why don't I just go to the Photoshop? You know, hizi maduka ya kupigwa picha, rather than I come to you guys, because there's a difference in it, you know. So I'd like you to give me the understanding before we get to art in photography. What are some of the challenges that you guys face when you are out there in the street hunting for photographs?
Thank you. Very good question.
All right.
We have a variety of challenges that we do face out there. The first challenge is on the county government.
Okay.
Yeah, the Nairobi County government. Starting on that, the Nairobi County government had promised the photographers that the people operating within the CBD, the people doing the photography in the city, are going to do it at a free of charge. That means that nobody is going to interfere with you, be it the kanjos or the police. But right now, if you check on the state that we are in, you don't work for free. Wherever place you're operating on, you're not operating for free, because you'll find that each and every time you will be disrupted by the city council.
Indeed.
That is the kanjos. Yeah. It's either they will come, they collect money, or they collect your tool of work. Several
they do that?
There's a time my camera went. I have to follow it. We're going there, you have to pay like 2,500. Yeah. You know, we use different equipment because we have to be somehow blendish. Yeah, you have to be creative. So you will come with some arts. Unfortunately, we have not managed to come with them because the price.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so you have to have the arts, you have to have the chair. So to the county council, that is very wrong. You cannot put a chair at a strategic place so that the customer can come use it for taking photos. If they find it, if you don't pay them, they will carry it along. They will take it to their store, of which if you don't follow up immediately, it will vanish. That is the first.
Your camera will vanish?
My camera? I had to pay 2,500 to get it back.
So if they come on ground, they also need that amount?
Pardon?
Wakikam kwa grao, like where you placed your office, Do they also demand for the 2,500? It's another amount. It's a different amount.
No, when they come, they find you there. They will demand like 300 shillings or 200 shillings. Okay. But in some situation, maybe in a day you are not made that. Yeah, you just starting work, or you had been there, you had made 100 shillings. This 100 shillings, maybe you had used it for your lunch. Now they will come and the problem is that they don't understand. You will tell them, sir, it has been this way, I've not had a good day, but they will tell you that is none of their business. So they will pick the camera.
Indeed.
So when the camera goes, you have to follow it immediately, because if it goes to an extent that they put it in their office, in their stores, then it will vanish out.
Indeed.
So it will force you even to lend money to pay it.
Indeed.
Now that is the number one problem. Number two problem is right now we are very much many. Yeah. Photography has become so much rampant, and do you know, the more we become, it affects the price.
Indeed.
Because before that it was 100 shillings. Some few minutes back I tell you that right now there are people doing it at 40 shillings.
Indeed.
Why? Because a lot of youth are engaging themselves into photography, and not all of them are doing a perfect job. They just do it because there is no job.
Indeed.
That is challenge number two. Challenge number three mostly comes with the weather. Because you find that in some times you find like few days back, you find that it rained until 2. So I was in town at exactly 9 a.m. in the morning. So when it rains until 2 p.m., you will not be taking photos, because nobody will be taking photos in the rain.
Indeed.
In the second place, you find that the weather also plays a very vital role in people taking photos, because when it's very cold, in Saturday or Sunday, few people come to town. Yeah. Right. Not everybody will be brave enough to be in town when it's somehow when we are experiencing bad weather. That means that in that day you will not be doing any photography.
All right. So are you experiencing the same thing, or rather yours is different?
Well, say whatever you said is all true. And another thing on the rain, you understand how the cameras do work. Whereby even if it's just a little shower of rain, it can spoil the camera. So you'll have to go to an extra cost of repairing the camera. Another thing I'd say is, let's say, I think so. Well,
I think let's embrace this conversation on the county government. Where what is the main problem really? You placing the camera there, you coming out there, placing your office there. What do they say is the problem?
Well, I'd say, people have become so self-centered, or rather selfish. And as I think, it was already said that the photographers should not be paying any kind of tax. So I wonder why. Okay, there is no actually anywhere in the constitution where the police should be collecting any kind of money from business people. But from the streets, they just come and ask, Zaman ataka chai. Obviously you'll give him 100 bob, 50 bob, 200, depending on what you'll have.
Indeed.
But if you calculate that on a normal day, let's say the weekend days, for photographers, we have days of rain and days of kuna siku ya mavuno na kuna siku unatoka tu
empty,
especially the weekdays. So in a weekday, I'd say that if a photographer really has tried, I'd say it'll make up to around 1,000 bob. Then let's count, you have transport to bring you, to take you back home. You have lunch and other things. And then there is an extra cost that you have to give to the kanjos or a policeman. There are usually two groups. So you'll give to a kanjo and you'll also give to a police.
No, man.
So you'll see that the profit that you remain with will just be only 100 bob or 200 or actually nothing.
Now you spend the whole day there.
And you spend the whole day there. There is no shades. The vijana kugonga mse. So yeah, so I'd say it's pretty rough. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about now the initiation of art in this street photography Yeah, yes, there is variety and creatives out there that want to bring out their excellence in the photography that they do. So what is the art in it? What is the best thing that that you do to make sure that there is a particular art that your fellow photographer doesn't have?
Now, the first thing, it depends on which environment are you using to shoot your photograph.
Okay.
That is your art. Because you find that maybe we have one location that we are usually doing the shooting.
Indeed.
Now, for you to be different, that's just like in a business. In a business, we have what we call business competition. Now, for this competition to be good enough, then you have to come up with some crazy ideas.
Indeed.
You have to blend up things. Now, it will force you to look for a different environment in such a way that I can get a client here in a strategic place that we always do the photography, but that does not mean that it's the same place that I'm used to take the pictures that I'm gonna take the picture or I'm gonna shoot the client. So I'll look for a strategic place that is far much different from here. You know, when you are used to taking pictures in this background and you come to me, I give you another different good background, you know, that one will be creating a different. That is the first different that is there. The second different now comes with types of, that one I'm just gonna go back to edition. How am I editing my pictures? It depends on the work of your hands. How do you do it? Because, you know, even in your profession, you can come and interview me, and that is a way you can interview me until a person that is there will say that this gentleman knows what he's doing. Now, how do I edit your picture? Because when you give me the opportunity to take a photograph of you, that means that you are financially empowering me. Now, because you are spending on it, then I must do a strategic thing that will make you happy.
Indeed.
So it comes with the editing. How do I edit it?
Indeed.
Because you find most of the graphers, they will not do the editing. You will pay 100 shillings, then somebody will send you a raw picture. You know, once the person sends you a raw picture, then that one affect all the photographers because the client will be going with a certain feeling that the photographers ni wakora. Most of the time I've had that. Nasikia mtu anasema nilipiga picha hapa, hawakunieditia, ama nilipiga picha hapa waliedit vibaya wakanitumia. Unaona? Unasikia una approach mtu anakwambia if it's you guys that are here, mlinifanyia kitu mbaya. Sitapiga picha hapa. Now, it depends with how you do your work, how professional you are. Now, that one will be creating the difference. That is will win you those clients that will trust in you. Unapata uko na client wenye kama si wewe hawezi piga picha mahali pengine. If it is not you, somebody will call you, are you in town? If you're not in town, then you will have to skip it. That is what will win for you, even a client that can book you, that can invite you for a session, like the birthday or any other thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, it depends on how do you do this work.
Indeed.
And how do you treat the client. You took a photo here today. Tomorrow you will not take a photo at the same place because the background will be the same. However much the outfit is different, but it should be matching with the environment. Because if this one was the background, at least I should try another background. Yeah, that one brings the different in these pics, and it brings a new taste in the pics.
All right. I understand, Robert Otieno, of course, you are a great lover of arts, especially photography, but part-time, you do MC as well. And of course, you also love of music. So that means which has helped you interact with a lot of young people, hence creating the awareness to youth by talking to them and essential factors that can help the youths advance. But I'll ask you a question later on, of course, on the ukweli inauma, and of course, also Felix, you can comment on the same. When you've done this picture, you want it to come out with the best taste inawezekana, si ndio? There are these clients that were gonna, the spots kwa uso, or they just don't look good at that moment. Then when you're editing, you're really struggling to have them off. Then nikikushinda, you'll just have to share it as it is. Then the client now starts lalamikaring out there and saying, "Bwana, you don't know how to edit." Yet the fact now remains that there's a twinge of something that must be removed.
Yeah, that's true actually. That's also one of the challenges that you usually experience in the streets. But I'd say that, you know, there is always that coping mechanism whereby if this hits you once, you just try next time so that you can do it better. So for us, I say that we know how to do that. So yeah, it's true that we usually get clients with lots of spots in the maybe pimples, something of the sort, or just birthmarks. So what we usually do is that we edit. We use either Lightroom, Photoshop, or Remini. And it's good to remove that actually using Remini. So whereby you just make the face look so smooth. And,
soft.
Yeah, it's removed that perfectly. Yeah, but you know, actually, back to the first question that you did ask Robert when you were asking about art. For me, I'd say that art is just your understanding of your lens and your camera.
Amazing.
Yeah. So when you mtu anaweza kuwa na kamera fiti but hajui kuitumia.
Indeed.
Naona. But when you do understand your camera, there is this let's say, I don't know how I'd say it. Okay, there is a setting whereby you can reduce the texture of the photo that you're taking. So let's say, for example, where we have this client who have a lot of spots in the face. So I'd reduce the texture. So it won't show the exact, or it won't show all the details of the face. So it will just take a light photo. It's very clear and it's perfect. So when you go to edit this photo, it will be a little bit easier.
Amazing. Yeah. Let's embrace convincing power, and I believe we're not in a position to use any of us right now. The environment is gloomy. You'll just convince Felix. I'd like to feel the approach. How would you approach Felix as your client?
Oh, Robert, you mean?
Oh, sorry, that is Robert. Yeah. So Felix, how will you approach Robert as a client for Lagos Street?
Okay, before I do a demonstration, I'd like to say the types of situation we usually have.
All right.
So let's say this is Robert coming. One, like you said, it can be gloomy or it can be happy. Indeed. Or it's just there. The first thing that you usually detect or you sense if somebody is going to take a picture or not is the kind of the vibe that he's going to give out. For example, I'll call him and say, I don't know his name actually. So for a man, I would go with the dosi, you know. Ama champagne.
Piga kazi.
So champagne yaje, you know. And if he will either respond or not respond, you can assume and go by. So if he assumes, you just leave him to go by.
All right. You do your show.
Okay. Champagne yaje.
Kopoa.
Utachukua picha. Before he answers that, I will hit him with another one.
Okay.
Nitakueditia fiti, you know. Nitakufanyia ma presets. You know, you just give him something that, you know.
A change mind.
Yeah, to change mind. Then you come with a sample. You show him. Unaona vile imetoka fiti. Then you will look at it and say, okay, acha tujaribu moja. Or if it's not well convinced, you'll tell him, acha tutengeneze sample na wewe.
Oh.
Exactly.
Your sample analipia?
Si kimbamba si obviously lazima atalipa.
Na ikosa kumbamba so
well, that's a risk, but yeah, if ikosa kumbamba.
So sample is an inroad.
Yeah.
Like it's a way to just capture them.
Yeah, but I tell you, all the people usually use, who say let's do the sample, they usually take the picture.
All right. Yeah. Let's try. We'll just have to adjust that. Now you'll be the girl now. So Robert, approach Felix as now a client who is a lady.
I do it practically.
All right.
You want me to do it practically?
Yeah, I want you to feel your vibe on a lady who is a client.
Okay. Can I stand up?
Yeah, please. But if you're standing, you can stand right here.
Thank you.
I think Robert as well.
Okay.
Felix, you can come here. Then we see the vibe. Okay. So this is Felix, and then Robert. You are introducing this client, and you want them to take a picture. Ngine tu hapa kidogo. Hapa iko sawa.
Naje dozi.
Kwa sana.
Uko best?
Yeah.
Manze tuko hapa hivi street manze. Street ni ngumu but hiyo ndo life, si ndio? Sasa sisi tuko hapa tunapiga picha, vitu ziko best manze. Bro, si unipromote hata na kamoja. Vitu ni fine hapa hivi unaweza angalia sample. Basi ngumu sana. We negotiate about it. Najua maybe inaweza kuwa ngumu lakini huwezi kosa ile kidogo ya kunipromote.
I'll just be a little bit harder.
Don't tell me, you're in the streets.
Yeah, so utakosa kita kunipromote. Just take a look at this. We have different places. Naweza kupeleka mali kama pale upige, unaona hiyo environment, hii picha ilipigwa pale. Angalia vile imeditiwa iko fine. Apart from that, ukitaka environment ingine, maybe you don't want this street environment. Niko na place ingine naweza kupeleka penye iko very greenish manze. Ina usiogope about the only 100 shillings. Huwezi kosa hiyo bro.
Itatoka kama hii.
Exactly, sipotoka kama hii don't pay because mimi naamini in quality work. So if it is not like this, you have that power to decline. Yeah, and kama utalipa, angalia pisha venye nitaedit kwanza, I finish the work, that's when you will pay after being satisfied.
Okay, let's now invite, you wanna try? You wanna try as the lady? All right, so let's change the terms. Of course, now he is the lady.
He's the lady.
He is the lady, so how will you approach that?
Wow, so let's see, this is the fun, right? And so it's gonna come. So niaje mrembo. Unakaa fiti.
Thank you.
He was the lady. Unakaa pretty.
Yeah.
By the way tunapiga picha. Natokea fiti sana.
I'm always photophobic.
Sijali. Nitakupatia designs zenye tu. Nitakupatia mastingo, manini zenye zitatokea fiti.
Uko sure unanipea pause?
Very, very.
And how much are you talking about?
It's only 100 bob. Only
100
bob.
What about if I have only 80 shillings?
Mrembo anakaza sana. Unasema ati mastingo wewe.
Mastingo.
All right. So, of course, as you get your seats now, there is the introductory, of course, of understanding the empowerment. It all brings with the street photography. And even as we come to the enlightenment of all this, there is always the pact on marketing and substantial market towards achieving the greater glory. Felix and Robert, of course, have embraced. There is so many challenges that are coming with it, but we need to have a solution towards this. If there is the county government that is now at the next, so how will we get a solution? And if we are having all this engagement, and there's so many others that feel like this is a vibe and feel like I want to do street photography as well. There is money here. There is something greater here. How will they also get in touch? And we also mentioned something on an approach where maybe it doesn't work on the streets, but maybe the client might have, in a way, a birthday or an event or something, a graduation or something, and can link them up. So as we embrace this, Robert, what is the market in it? And if I want to become a street photographer as you and make good photos as yours, how will I delve in? How will I get into street photography? Yes, there is all around. I want to become as you people. I want to become a street photographer to the betterment of what you do. So how will I get to that point?
Okay, thank you so much. There are a couple of things that you have to consider before. You know, a lot of youths do believe there is a lot of money in street photography. Yeah, I don't decline that.
Okay.
There is money, but there are a number of things to consider first.
Indeed.
The first thing to consider, we are talking about flow. When we are talking about flow is the particular number of clients in a particular place. That is the flow. Now, because you'll be looking for a strategic place where there are a lot of people that are passing. Now, you check on the flow.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the first thing. The second thing, check on the equipment you are using in terms of maintenance.
Indeed.
Because these equipments might get faulty at times due to weather.
All right.
Or maybe a person was just walking by, he hits that. The
So how will I become like you?
When you want to become like, or you become like me, it's just about, it's just a confidence, confidence. Just believe in yourself,
Indeed.
and maybe it takes you to be an expert, professional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. So give some shout out. Of course, we'll also allow Felix in just a few seconds to give some shout outs. Then we call it an end. Some shout outs, of course, the people that have impacted your life in one or the other in street photography. So the people that have impacted you in street photography, so this is your time to make some shout outs.
The people that have impacted me in photography. There is this guy called Savo. Yeah, Savo.
All right.
Savo is the person who introduced me to photography. So he lives to be a person that I admire most.
Amazing.
Yeah, because he created for me an opportunity.
Amazing.
And he made me be a person that I am right now.
Indeed.
Another person is myself, me, personally.
All right. Because of time, thank you so much for yourself. and let's allow Felix, of course, to give some shout outs as well. And to Malize.
I'd say Brian is the one who actually showed me the basics of photography.
Okay.
And there is this guy called Dante, my friend. He's the one who introduced me to the streets.
All right.
Yeah, so I'd say that thanks to them that I'm here actually.
All right. Thank you so much, Felix. Thank you so much, Robert, as well. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is Felix Fabris, CEO of GT Limited and a student at Kenyatta University. And of course, we also had Robert Otieno, CEO of Blackman Creative and Arts and a student at Mount Kenya University. We've embraced that, of course, just a twinge on the entire conversation, but there is so much discussed around street photography and photography as a whole. We can't forget, of course, our able one, Dante Max, doing his best, of course, to capture the moments as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, see you tomorrow as we embrace Entertainment Friday. This has been The Morning Dip. My name is Moss Skit. Thank you so much for the entire team for making this happen.